Hello everyone, I am Akhilasri Manasa Venigala, a PhD scholar at Risha Lab, IIT Tirupati, and I work with Dr. Sridhar Chimalakunda. Here, I'll be presenting one of our works, EsoTagger. We developed a plugin that tries to classify the posts on Stack Overflow based on their context. This plugin can be accessed from the highlighted URL presented in the slide below. This work was published in the 31st International Conference on Software Engineering and Knowledge Engineering, that is SEEK 2019. The DOI reference number and URL for access are presented in this slide. Coming to the work, firstly, EsoTagger is one of the most frequently visited websites by many software developers, both novice and experienced. The statistics presented here strengthen the statement. It has, on an average, more than 11 million visits per day with 10 million registered users. This Q&A platform hosts more than 19 million questions, of which around 70% are answered. About 3.15 questions are being posted per minute on this platform. Currently, questions on the platform are tagged based on technical aspects. There are about 54,000 tags that could be used, and questions are tagged with at most 5 of these 54 tags. But these questions are not tagged based on the context. With the ever-increasing growth of questions and answers on Stack Overflow, it serves as a great knowledge-sharing platform. Many developers and subject matter experts answer questions posted by various users on this platform. Sometimes, developers or SMEs wish to answer questions based on context and purpose. In spite of the existing technical tags, developers and SMEs might find it effort-intensive and time-taking to navigate the right posts due to large volume of posts on the platform. Many questions asked might have specific intended purpose or context on this platform. Tagging questions based on context might help in identifying the category based on context of the question, and it also could help developers and subject matter experts in easily identifying questions they wish to answer, and also might increase the percentage of answered questions on this platform. It also helps in grouping contextually similar posts on this platform. Certain approaches to classify posts contextually have already been explored in the literature. Some of the most prominent approaches are k-nearest neighbor clustering, automatic categorization using LDA or mallet, and manual categorization. Most of these use natural language processing techniques and machine learning techniques. However, we observe that studies prior to ours have aimed at contextual categorization specific to certain technologies, such as in areas of Android application development and mobile operating systems such as Apple, Android, Microsoft, Windows. They do not categorize all the posts and are technology domain specific. Based on the existing literature and a manual walkthrough of the questions on Stack Overflow, we identified 6 categories based on the context. Of these 6 categories, the first 5 are adapted from the existing literature, and the last category is proposed by us during our manual walkthrough. So here are the 6 categories: conceptual, discrepancy, implementation, error, learning, and MWE, which is the minimum working example. We shall see some of the keywords and what actually these categories refer to in the next slide. So here are some of the keywords for each category. Say conceptual, it indicates questions about uses or differences of different technical aspects. So the keywords kind of include what's the use or difference, is there a way, is it possible to solve a certain problem. Then comes discrepancy. It indicates queries regarding something that worked earlier and doesn't work in the present. So keywords related to this category might include doesn't work, or we have tried to and we are facing a problem now, or we have faced a problem before upgrade or in the previous version. And then implementation refers to queries on implementing a library or a part of code, an API, and so on. So the keywords include how to implement a certain library or how to implement a certain API, how to use it, what are the steps that are involved in implementation, and so on. Next comes error, which indicates queries on how to resolve errors faced during development or executing a code. So the keywords mostly include exception or error, and most of the users generally snip the error that they are facing and post it as a question on Stack Overflow platform. And then learning refers to queries for recommendations on learning certain concepts. Many of the users ask SMEs and developers to suggest app tutorials wherein they can learn few concepts of technical programming. So keywords of this category include suggest, tutorial, where can I find. Then the last category, that is minimum working example, MWE, refers to questions containing code snippets. So the keywords of this category include for this code or any other code related tags in the question. It is that generally uses snip a code snippet and then put it on as a part of the question to get insights on resolving certain errors in the code or to get inputs from the SMEs and developers on improving this code. So um, this is a snapshot of the approach that we followed towards developing SOTagger. First, we have downloaded the dataset from SOTorrent. We have downloaded post.xml dataset from the SOTorrent. This is a huge file, and hence we considered only a subset of this file, which resulted in about 100,000 posts on Stack Overflow. Of these, we filtered posts that are questions using the post ID type column. This resulted in a dataset of 20,000 questions. We then pre-processed this data to remove the stop words and punctuation marks. We considered the stop words provided by NLTK library, but however we retained certain interrogative words such as what, how, and so on, as they will be contributing to the taxonomy um, that we are trying to propose. Then this resulted in a list set of lemmatized documents. So this was passed to the LDA model, that is latent dirichlet allocation model. We applied LDA and categorized this data into 6 topics. We obtained certain topics with keywords corresponding to those topics. So we compared these keywords that we obtained through LDA and the keywords of categories that were identified from literature and our manual inspection. And based on the similarities between keywords, we named these 6 topics. That is, we assigned labels as a part of this naming topics step. So this resulted in a set of named topics. That is, every a certain set of keywords were labeled as a particular topic. And this resulted in data set that is appended with certain labels. So in the append labels to dataset step, we obtained a topic document correlation matrix where document here refers to the content of one post. Then we have tried to find the probabilities. That is, in this matrix we have probabilities of every topic for each document. Then we identified dominant topic for each document based on the highest probability and then assigned respective label for the document. However, we have considered the top 3 probabilities here, not just not just the first probability. So we then, for this categorized data set, we only assigned the first most topic, but when the SOTagger is assigning labels, then we consider the top 3. So we then designed an SVM model and pipelined it to calibrated classifier CD to get prediction probabilities. This model that we developed was integrated with the frontend to develop SOTagger. So SOTagger was developed as a plugin to Google Chrome. It runs on Stack Overflow. It goes to the questions. Whenever a question is clicked on, when we land on a question page, it extracts the text in the question and runs this model, SVM model, and identifies to which contextual category this particular question belongs to. So based on this identified contextual category, it considers the top three categories that were identified, and these are labeled here. We will show that in the coming slides. So firstly, to arrive at SVM model among a lot of available machine learning models, we have run a classification test using 4 machine learning models and observed that support vector machines, that is linear SVM, to provide the highest accuracy. The accuracy scores of machine learning models considered are presented here in the decreasing order. So we obtained an accuracy of 78.5% when we considered linear SVM model, whereas we obtained an accuracy of 76.8% considering the random forest, 68% for logistic regression, and 66% for multinomial naive Bayes classifier. So we split the whole data into two parts such that 75% of it is used to train the model and 25% of it is used to test the accuracy of the model. And for SVM and others as well, we used 5-fold cross validation. So after running this model and obtaining an accuracy, we see that with these constraints, we got an accuracy of 78.5% for linear SVM. Also, we applied it to 10 unseen data points, that is, which are not in the train set or in the test set, and obtained about 90% accurate classification. That is, out of the 10 data points, 9 posts were observed to be classified appropriately based on their context. So considering that a question might contain multiple contexts, as I was mentioning previously, we thought of labeling it with top 3 categories. So here is an example of ESOTagger implementation. Firstly, after we download the ESOTagger as a package, it is an extension which we have added to Google Chrome. So on opening Stack Overflow and clicking on a question, for this particular question, this is what it displays. So the what keyword here indicated by alphabet A refers to conceptual tag. The alphabet B indicates presence of code snippet, and hence it is tagged as MWE, that is the most minimum working example. Then the phrase is there contributes to learning category as indicated by alphabet C. These tags are placed below the technical tags that are already provided on Stack Overflow, as shown here by alphabet D. Now a bar indicating probability of each category is displayed below the respective categories as indicated by alphabet E. Here the darker green section indicates the probability of each of these tags. We can see here that minimum working example has the highest probability and then comes conceptual and then comes learning. So if we can go back to this question, it asks what is the preferred syntax for defining enums in JavaScript. Something like a code snippet is given, or is there a preferable idiom? So we can understand that it mostly asks about how to implement something or how to define something, or what is the most frequently used one, which is mostly related to the conceptual part. But because there is a code snippet here which is presented, so it is classified as MWE at the first place and then comes conceptual. And also there is one more sentence that asks if there is any other preferable idiom than this, which is related to learning context. So we have evaluated ESOTagger with 32 professional developers with a development experience ranging from 2 to 19 years. The participants were asked to use ESOTagger, navigate to the Stack Overflow website, and analyze the contextual tags added by ESOTagger. A user survey was conducted with the help of 5-point Likert scale. Results of our survey indicate that ESOTagger had a good user-friendly interface, with about 82% of the volunteers responding either agree or strongly agree for this question. In the second question, wherein we asked about how correctly ESOTagger has tagged the posts based on their context on Stack Overflow, about 85% of these participants have agreed that ESOTagger has appropriately tagged the posts. The ratings for the questions 3 and 4 indicate that ESOTagger has helped about 80% of the participants in faster browsing of posts on Stack Overflow, and that the experiment was considerably interesting and innovative. Most of the participants, that is 83% of the participants, have agreed that they would recommend ESOTagger to their peers. So coming to the threats to validity of ESOTagger, we examined about top 20 posts based on the probability values in each of the 6 topics that were obtained as a result of LDA. And to decide and assign labels to these topics and that were obtained through LDA. This could be inaccurate as we consider only top 20 posts, which might be limited. Also, randomly browsed 100 posts on Stack Overflow might not scale well. We realize that this manual examination of just 100 posts in total is not enough to get a broader picture about the accuracy of classification. Also, we tweaked a few parameters in LDA, such as chunk size, the number of passes that resulted in different statistical distribution of topics. That is, some of these distributions were observed to be imbalanced and biased towards one particular topic. So we selected those parameters which resulted in a nearly Gaussian distribution. We assumed that the LDA model, which classifies data in Gaussian distribution, performs better than other models. However, in line with our assumption, we got the accuracy of this trained LDA model to be about 70%, but still there is a scope of experimenting with other distributions as well. Also, the machine learning model was trained on 20,000 posts of Stack Overflow, that is 20,000 questions on Stack Overflow. However, we also observed that if we can train it with more number of questions, with a larger number of questions, it could improve our approach as well. In this paper, we presented ESOTagger, a prototype plugin for Stack Overflow that is aimed to tag questions on Stack Overflow based on the purpose on which they are asked. We performed LDA topic modeling on dataset available on ESOTorrent to identify categories. We labeled the resultant LDA topics by harmonizing the existing taxonomies. We presented 6 categories, 6 question categories that are independent of technical aspects involved in the questions. We then labeled question posts in the dataset into one or more of the 6 categories. We applied a support vector classifier on this label dataset to obtain the machine learning classification model, which was integrated into the plugin to support tagging of posts on Stack Overflow. As a part of future work, we plan to extend ESOTagger to display contextual tags of posts on ESOTagger landing page itself by training the LDM and the machine learning model over titles of questions rather than the whole question that is there. We plan to work in the direction of improving levels of taxonomy from single level presented in this paper to multiple levels and display the same as a part of detailed contextual tagging. We could conduct an experiment to check whether we get better results by considering the opening and closing statements of Stack Overflow posts as well, rather than considering the whole text in the question. For the future research, we see that questions tagged with MWE, that is the minimum working example, could be of a greater use. Titles of questions rather than the whole question that is there. We plan to work in the direction of improving levels of taxonomy from single level presented in this paper to multiple levels and display the same as a part of detailed contextual tagging. We could conduct an experiment to check whether we get better results by considering the opening and closing statements of Stack Overflow posts as well, rather than considering the whole text in the question. For the future research, we see that questions tagged with MWE, that is the minimum working example, could be of a greater use. A cluster of these posts that are classified as MWE could be used to automatically detect bugs. We envision that future work based on this paper may include clustering posts classified as MWE. Several empirical studies also, we see that Also, we see that several empirical studies on Stack Overflow posts, such as understanding code quality, misuse of code snippets, and automatic bug reporting, could be conducted based on this MWE tag. So, that was all about SO Tagger. For more information, you could refer to the article, and in case of any queries, you could contact us at the below email. Thank you for your patience.